First of all, I like to sing a song. That is really funny, and I remember that, and is so many songs and in this country going on, and really I heard sometimes and are really good. But one of the song I just made it myself. Do not hate me. Do not hate me. Do not hate me. Do not hate us. I am the only thing. We are the only thing. Do not hate me. Do not hate me. We do the same share in here. Do not hate me. Do not hate us. I am the only thing with my little family. Do not hate me. Do not hate us. However, now come to the real point, why I am here and why I need to talk about. I need to talk about something going on in this country continue as a chronic basis that's never solved and never be finalized by the political agenda, political parties, leaders, government, or whatever, and any other uh, and agencies still continuing and still dominated by them as a color and race based. One of the groups, that's the name of the Asian Americans, predominantly dominated by the whites institution. And for decades, especially after 9/11s, for employment, high paying skill position, high paying job, better position, and also the promotion, senior level leadership position or executive level or management level position. Still there, still Asian Americans are top down from their desired attainment and their goal because they failed to move on to their journey and to receive that, to obtain or receive that type of opportunity in this country because of groups. We have seen in this country three types of groups. That is the principal and major groups in this country. Number one, whites, blacks, and Hispanic. So these three groups are dominated the other smallest groups in this country, such as an Asian Americans. Asian Americans in this country predominantly is a highly educated, such as in college degrees, doctorate degrees, but mostly doctorate degrees in this country are now in the dumb trash. They have no good opportunity because of top priority of Hispanic, blacks, and whites. Whites institution just guiding blacks and Hispanics. Every other else is of the groups. So they doing this, they are not thinking what they're doing, and they are not thinking how they violated the US Constitution and they are father of the framers. Because the framers of fathers frequently significantly impact on their constitution or drafts we the people, which means we are the people. So when we say we are the people and we looked at on the top of the constitution, that means we are all the same, no difference at all. So why we should make groups and why we should divide it 150 countries people in this land in a small group and dominated them. So, as a PhD student, I just observe and examine myself and also resource many other scholars, statistics or some other things, and literature, articles, and most of the intelligent and very brilliant the students or the people they just and observe and they just discussed about the situation in this country, how Asian Americans are dominated as a highly educated student. They have no good opportunity or high paying job in this country besides whites, blacks and Hispanics. Every high paying and better employment just only for Hispanics, blacks and whites. They are and get obtain this type of position as their priority nature. These preferences is absolutely behaving and using for them, but not Asian Americans. Asian Americans are beaten by whites, blacks, and Hispanics in institution when they looking for better job for their family, for themselves, to make better life and better living. But they are still top down and underrepresented that they perceive and that they perceived. So in this point, I like to come up. We should not discriminate it or we should not choose that fall into the bias or the discrimination or is against the Constitution. So we have to have make the ethical decision and the decision make sure receive other people and they can share their same rights and they can share their same opportunity without discrimination and bias. So, as an example, when I used to work at Walmart, one of the ladies, she is from German, pretty old, and she was my boss. And she was pretty reserved lady. One day we used to talk about something, and then she told me, we have everything in this country, you have shit. Absolutely right. Whites, blacks, and Hispanics, they just put a shit for us. And we still carrying out this shit with the stressful, with the depressed, with the oppressed, not in a better life, not in a better opportunity, not in a better future. Absolutely, she is right. And I just thanks her. And I told her, yes, that's all yours, not us. We are under you. So you should have to make the good decision for us. If you think we are slave, you have to use it as slaves. So stop that. Do not do that anymore. However, that's the one example. More example in this country. use the application for job or employment, showing ethnicity, something like that, means is applicant's backgrounds. And when we put our backgrounds on that application, they easily recognize he or she is an Asian. What's going to be happen there? Do you think we're going to be hired? No, because recruiters, hiring authorities, father of guards and hiring guards, they know he is or she is an Haitian. We just kicked off, essentially, and they bring their own groups, own race and own color for that position because it's the highest position, high paying job. So I am the example. So many applications I sent to so many places, so many agencies. I never had any interview. I never had anything. I never heard anything from them. It is a sheer shame. However, another thing is, it is a very, very principal and is a major important issue going on in this country after 9/11. People divided by group, divided by color, and divided by race. In this country, most of the county, local, state, federal agencies are just to bring their own people, own race, own color, and put them as an employee. Such as an example of Philadelphia, most of the very example place. Every places, even in a mayor's office or some other international airports, must be working black people, maybe some Hispanics. So, it is my first example, and it's a more example in this country I do have. I see that. If it's a black, John is black. John is full by blacks. If it's a white, John is full by whites. If it's Hispanics, John is full by Hispanics. Camden County Welfare Office mostly working their Hispanic people. Hispanic people, black people, white people. Because it's a demographic residences in Camden is a black population. So it's now is going in this country mostly, most cities, most county, most local, state, everywhere, is to go by the demographic area. Like a Polish, living as a Polish, hiring as a Polish, something like that. Italian, hiring as an Italian. So, this is the way, this country going on. And we have no solution. Whoever make the solution, they are different race, different color. So they don't care about it. They ignore about it. They avoid about it. They just totally avoid that. So we are predominantly dominated in this country as Asian Americans without being received a good opportunity in this country, without being obtained a high level position, without being without being better employment. We are continually misrepresented by those groups, whites, blacks, and Hispanic. So we need to resolve this issue by putting a new party or by new way to make the solution, especially in employment sectors. This is the country only savings the nation and this land and this country by employment. Without employment, this country is in dark. There is no other sources to make taxes or money, just only employment. Employment is the highest source to make the tax and money in this country. So we are looking for stay in the same umbrella, same zone, same perimeter, work together and make better life. So it's gonna be looking really good shape when we do that each other without hating, without insult, without jealous, without avoiding, without ignoring. So still in my song I just song first hate. Do not hate us. Do not hate me. Be positive, be sincere, be honest. A and B. Very thoughtful and thinker to make the good decision and better decision for others. Who makes sure doesn't harm, hurt, or not going to underrepresented or or do not receive misrepresentation. So this is the why I'm here, and I like to talk about that because since my academic life, I'm just observing about this about Asian and Asian Americans, how they receiving a fear or not fear, receiving a good decision or not. So there is no fear at all for Asian Americans. That's we just figuring out right now by researching many articles, literature and books and many things. And even evidentiary we just looked at. It is very true that Asian American fail to receive a good opportunity, employment, better position, better pay scale, everything. Not even as Asian American adequately, is adequately they just represented themselves to the different agencies, but still they are top down because of their promotion of their scale. Means GS, there still is a top down GS rather than white, blacks, and Hispanic. So all that massive corruption and misrepresentation in this country, especially for Asian Americans and some other small groups.